Hey everybody, happy Friday. This is Northern Life. Thank you so much for being here with us today. We've got Hunter, I pointed the wrong way.
Who's
Hunter here, we got Ryan over there.
Wow,
Man.
You think you know someone.
I know, right? Well, anyway, I'm Briggs. I know myself. I got my own name right, so that's good. I'm ready for the weekend. It's Friday. I don't know about you guys, but I
got Kendall Jarbo over here.
Heidi Stang.
Heidi Stang.
Oh, shoot. I know, it's been a long week. Any fun weekend plans for you guys?
Fun weekend plans. I'm going down to the cities. Some friends and I are going to do a little Cinco de Mayo gathering, so that should be pretty fun.
I forgot, that's on Sunday.
Yeah, getting an oil change too, so always exciting.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, how about you?
Tequila shots?
Responsibly.
Okay, responsibly.
Folks at home.
That's true. For me, what am I doing? I am going down to the cities quick. I'm getting a couple of couches for my grandpa's house. And then we're playing up at the dugout in Gilbert. Is that the name of the town?
Gilbert, yeah.
Gilbert. So that's going to be Saturday, and then Sunday, just enjoying the beautiful day that Sunday is going to be.
Awesome.
It's going to be awesome. What about you?
Yeah, my mom's birthday is on Saturday,
Wow.
so a very happy early birthday to
Happy
my
birthday.
mother. I know
Oh,
she's
Jill.
not in town, though, for her birthday. She'll be celebrating elsewhere. So I won't get to see her on her birthday, but we hope to be able to celebrate when she returns.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah, it'll be super fun.
Very exciting. Our show's exciting today because coming up today, here's what you can expect to see. It is the Kentucky Derby tomorrow too, so I'll probably be watching that as well. We'll be looking back at 150 years of fashion at Churchill Downs, plus my Minnesota Timberwolves starting their second round in the playoffs tomorrow.
Ryan's Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yes,
Yeah.
mine.
Ownership, man.
We also have our top 5 list. Since it's been a rainy number of days, we're going to share our favorite rainy day movies that we love to watch inside the comfort of our cozy homes. A lot of good ones on our list. And if you're thinking about enjoying a movie this weekend, according to some new research, the perfect movie length is just 92 minutes. That sounds pretty good to me. The poll of 2,000 Americans conducted by Talker Research found the average person wants to spend far less time at the movie theater going forward. While 92 minutes came out as the ideal average length, only 2% of those polled thought a movie should be longer than 2.5 hours, and just 15% want to sit through a movie that's 2 hours or longer. So I think an hour and a half is definitely the sweet spot, because sometimes I just get a little antsy. I'm like, all right, like, they're dragging out the story, at this point, and it just doesn't work sometimes.
It seems like a lot of the older movies, or maybe the beginning of the 2000s, were about that 90-minute mark, and now it seems like the newer ones are about 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
It's a trend.
I don't know how long Dune 2 is, but I hear
it's
that's
long.
pretty long. Yeah.
My sister I didn't see it, but my sister saw it in theaters, and it was lengthy. And we watched the original Dune at home, just like on whatever streaming service it's on. And I was like, okay, like, I've seen enough.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
If it's lengthy, be a good movie the whole way through.
Right.
You know, if it feels like it's too long, then it is too long. So cut out those scenes that you don't really need in those movies.
Also learned Hunter, not a fan of the Avatar movies. Those are also some lengthy movies.
Oh, and that was the part. That was the worst part. Is that it lasted what? That piece of trash was like 5 or 6 hours long or something like that.
Wow.
I think it won some big awards.
Yeah, not in my
It's one
book.
of the best-selling movies of all time. I'm
It
not
is.
sure. Okay.
Yeah, it's just stupid as well. I never got the premise. I watched the whole thing. There's water. There's blue people. I don't know. It was all right. It was all right.
Yeah, that movie was pretty big for its time, though, because a lot of the cinematography and like digital aspects used in that movie were like top notch when it came out, right?
That's true. Pretty groundbreaking movie.
But now that's one of my questions. Is the guy who made that movie, James Cameron, right?
Yeah.
Was he the first to make those really long movies with Titanic? Is that kind of the first really long movie?
I don't know.
Probably. I remember renting Titanic from the video store when I was little, and it was the only movie that came in 2 separate cassettes. Like the movie just ended at one point, and then you'd have to put in the second cassette to like finish the movie.
That's pretty wild. I tried to watch Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer, a great movie. I believe I watched it on Peacock, but I had to spend 2 nights watching it.
Sure.
Lengthy.
Yep.
Lengthy movie. Well, switching topics here, quite the switch, is the Minnesota accent, one of the nation's sexiest accents. According to a new ranking, you betcha. Sports betting website Penn State ranked the top 10 most attractive accents in the U.S. Marvelous Minnesota accent came in at number 9. The general Midwestern accent, which I believe just pointed at the state of Missouri, came in number 6, while Chicago ranked at number 8th. I hope that was a close Chicago accent for our viewer Frank out there. Southern accent was ranked the nation's hottest. So the rankings were done using social listening, analyzing online posts mentioning those accents. particularly those in praise of them.
I can see that.
Interesting.
You know, I don't know how we're behind the Chicago accent, because that to me is kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say an ugly accent. Okay. Because I'm sure we have viewers from Chicago.
Oh, we got Alexis Bass, who's from near Chicago.
Yeah, I know, right?
She doesn't have much of a Chicago accent.
No.
though.
No. I feel like in this business, you can't really have much of an accent, you know? It doesn't
True.
matter where you're from. You kind of have to have this generic kind of accent. You can have a little bit of the one where you're from, but you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Am I making any sense?
I think you do, but I enjoy, hearing fellow anchors with Minnesota accents because I feel like I can relate to them as a Minnesotan myself.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, I can trust this person. I know what they're talking about.
I also like how you said you have to have a neutral accent, and you're one of the, I don't want to say culprits of having the least neutral accent.
I've got such a bad
Talking
Minnesotan
about
accent.
the rain, saying it's a soaker.
It's a soaker of a system coming in, folks. Take a look. It's crazy.
I always like an Australian accent. I know we're only talking about, U.S. accent, but the Australian accent's one of my favorites. When you're
Big
out and
fan?
about, you hear someone talking from Australia, which is not that often here in the Northland,
rare.
but yeah, kind of rare here, but always fun in a movie or something.
Sure.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, a new study finds feelings of anger adversely affect blood vessel health. Researchers divided participants and gave them a task that made them recall feelings of anger, sadness, anxiety, or neutrality for 8 minutes. Sadness and anxiety tasks didn't show a significant change, but anger did. After the 8-minute task meant to induce anger, the impacts on blood vessels were seen for up to 40 minutes. So just another reason to smile, be happy about things.
Especially on the road, a little road rage. If someone cuts you off, you're angry for a little bit of time. But before we head to break quickly, some cute videos to help ease that anger. I found this on TikTok the other day, a golden retriever meeting kittens for the first time. I mean, how adorable is that? So let's ease some anger on this Friday. And then also quickly, there was some, I believe, Red River hog piglets born at the Nashville Zoo. Super cute and friendly.
Love them. We're going to share our top 5 lists coming up pretty soon in the show.
Well, we've seen a lot of rain in the forecast lately, and more of the same on the way Saturday morning. And while it keeps most of us from getting outside, it means that you can still have fun inside. And for today's top 5, we're sharing our favorite rainy day movies that we enjoy. So Ryan, I see you've got 5 movies there. Let's take a look at yours.
Number 1, Avatar.
Avatar 1, Avatar 2.
I'm just going to pick Hunter's least favorite movies of all time. My number 1, not exactly the world's happiest movie, but all-time classic in my opinion, Saving Private Ryan.
Good
I think
one.
that is an all-time favorite movie. Also a very lengthy movie. That's Spielberg, I believe, so not James Cameron, but an all-time classic. Can watch that over and over again. Number 2, I had no idea it was called The Shawshank Redemption. I always thought it was just called Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, interesting.
I had no clue at all, but that one has always on cable TV. So anytime I'm at home, it kind of reminds me of watching with my dad and or family. I've seen it probably upwards of 15 to 20 times
That's
now.
Stephen King, right?
I believe
Did he write the book or something?
so.
Yeah, sure.
I think positive. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Morgan Freeman in the movie.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yep,
good
great
actor.
movie. Number 3, kind of controversial because, in my opinion, Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers, I believe, is the worst of the 3 Lord of the Rings movies.
Okay.
But it's my favorite rainy day movie because one of the best battles in the entire series is in that movie, and it's raining in that battle. So sometimes when I'm at home and it's raining outside, I pretend like I'm in the battles.
You start fighting.
Yeah, a
people
little
and
nerdy,
stuff.
Do you go around your living room?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe a little bit. As a kid, I had the Lord of the Rings video games as a kid.
That's why I wish you had a brother.
Yeah, I know.
A brother, you know.
My sisters probably didn't want to join in on those battles. But number 4, one of my favorite movies of all time, Dodgeball. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
That is a good one.
All-time favorite movie, Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn, super funny. And then number 5, I love all the Toy Story movies, but for some reason, Toy Story 2, in my opinion, is my favorite. Maybe because of the Prospector and Bullseye and Jesse.
Is that the one where they go to the toy store?
That is the one where they go to the Toy Store.
I like that one too.
Yeah,
Is that
That's
Stinky
cute.
Pete?
I think it is.
Yeah,
Is that
Stinky
Stinky
Pete. I think so.
Pete? There
Pistol
you go.
Pete or whatever. Yeah.
Let's get to Briggs'.
I don't know.
Let's
I
get to
don't know.
Briggs' top 5.
What's on my list?
Hopefully you have top 5.
I
Or
do.
5 of them. Yeah.
I do
like
have
Hunter
5
was
of them.
saying. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My first one, a classic. I used to watch this movie all the time when I was homesick from school in middle school or high school. Bring It On, that cheerleader movie.
Is that Hayden Panettiere?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
I'm sure you guys haven't seen that one. You're not really the target audience, probably. But
the demographic for that, yeah.
But classic to me. There's just so many quotable moments from that movie. It's probably one of my top favorite movies of all time, even though it's not that good of a movie.
Sure.
It's like a Mean Girls type of thing?
A little bit, yeah. It's like two high schools, cheer teams like go against each other is essentially like the plot of the movie. And there's this girl who comes from out of town and she reluctantly joins the cheer team, but she starts to love it, and it's
Were
really.
you ever a cheerleader?
No, I wasn't.
Oh,
no, I was
okay.
not. I know it could have been fun though. I always enjoyed watching their flips and stuff, but I would have been too scared.
Still got time?
Too scary. Yeah, not too old yet. That's for sure. That's for sure. Number 2 on my list was the Harry Potter series. Really, just any of them. When I was on my recent trip to Hawaii, I started watching those movies on the plane and made it through several.
Nice.
So that was always great. Number 3, any old Disney movie. Any of them is fine by me.
They're all great.
Yeah, they're all good. I really like 101 Dalmatians.
Oh,
yeah,
classic.
probably because it has to do with dogs.
How about that?
It's good stuff. Number 4, Up. Even though Up is one of like the saddest movies of all time, at least the intro to it. Love that. So cute. And then number 5 doesn't really fit with the rest on this list. But Step Brothers. Step Brothers is funny with Will Ferrell and I forget.
John
the
C.
other-
Reilly?
John C. Reilly?
Yeah, just a classic comedy. Always good on a rainy day when you just need a little uplifting.
Something about a drum set.
Don't touch my drum set. That's true. Yep, amen to that.
What do you got, Under?
Let's see here. I've got a weird grab bag of movies here throughout any Western, really, but this is probably my favorite Clint Eastwood Western is Unforgiven. Just a great movie. Great to sit down and just in the rain kind of watch and get in the cowboy mood, feel like a cowboy, rootin' tootin' good time, as they might say.
Something about this town ain't big enough for the two of us.
Exactly. That's the basic plot of every movie, basically, any cowboy movie. But number 2, a great Quentin Tarantino movie, probably his best one in my opinion, is Pulp Fiction. Love that movie.
Lengthy movie.
It is. That's another lengthy one, but very good. A great rainy day movie there. Number 3, going on Briggs' theme with Disney, Aladdin is my favorite Disney movie of all time. So I'd love to curl up and watch that movie for sure. 4, also one of my favorites of all time with John Candy, one of me and Ryan's favorite actors, Uncle Buck. Great movie.
I know it was Pancake Day the other day at the deck, yesterday at the deck. Uncle Buck, he makes those huge pancakes
You're right.
with the shovel.
I forgot about that. Yeah, he got the shovel, he flips the whole pancake. That's the coolest thing.
That'd be fun for a future Pancake Day, making enormous pancakes.
Talk with the Lions Club. We'll have to see what happens.
See if we make it happen.
Can we bring a shovel, please? Flip this big
Let me scoop it.
Yeah, right? Number 5, of course, a scary movie would be a great time on a rainy day, and that's The Conjuring, which is my favorite scary movie of all time. Conjuring and The Conjuring 2, very well done.
In general, are you a scary movie fan?
I'm not a huge fan of scary movies, but every once in a while, if the mood is right, like on a rainy day, love a good scary movie.
It has to be a good one like The Conjuring. I would also say honorable mention, any action Liam Neeson movie.
Good.
Those, even if they're pretty cheesy.
Taken?
I'm a big Taken. I'm
Sure.
a big fan of those cheesy Liam Neeson, not crime movies, but action movies.
Yep,
Yeah.
I love it. Good
list,
call.
guys. Hey, coming up, we have a viewer gift to unbox right here in studio, and we'll talk about a few big events coming up this weekend.
Welcome back, everybody. Earlier this week, we got a gift brought to the station from a couple of our longtime viewers. I was thrilled. They showed up in the vestibule, called the newsroom, and I thought I knew who it was, so we ran right out there, and it was Al and Mary Pulaski from out in West Duluth. They brought us this lovely package, very well wrapped here.
They also brought us
Our cookie
cookies
friends.
before.
Right.
Yeah, the delicious red tin of cookies.
Yes.
So
they were so good, and their card, so sweet. They said, "Thanks for having the best show during the day."
Oh.
Alan Mary, so very cool. And he did give me a little heads up as to what's in this, but we haven't opened it yet. We're gonna do it live on air.
Should we shake it?
I don't know. I'm not sure because I'm not sure in what state this is arriving in.
Hunter, how about you open this?
okay.
I can help, I guess.
Thank
Oh,
you.
it's a box.
Luckily, I was smart enough to bring some scissors. I thought this would happen.
Bring.
Ryan's got them already. Okay.
Let's see if we can hear
Ryan,
my
you can
microphone, the clicking of the scissors.
Be my guest,
All right,
Ryan.
let's see. I see on the outside it says, I believe because Al was the one who commented after our top 5 worst coffee according to that one blog.
yeah.
Saying all these terrible copies, but as you can tell from the box right there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it is a lot
It's a lot
Look
of
at all that
coffee.
of red diamond coffee. What the?
Wow! How nice of these guys! Look at that. There's like 12.
There's
I bet 12
not cases,
containers.
Bags or whatever?
12 bags, yep.
Oh my gosh! He says this is the best coffee,
Ooh.
even though that list it said it was Not so great, right?
smell it.
It wasn't
very
on the
good.
list, right?
It wasn't
He
on the
just
list, but I
chimed
think
in.
he was just saying we needed to try it. So
Oh.
the fact that
We'll
you
be able to
guys
try quite a bit.
got us 12 bags of
Smells
this,
good, even through the
we're going to
bag.
probably hand it out to our coworkers so
This
that way
is
they can get a piece of it.
amazing.
All the way from Moody, Alabama.
Wow.
RedDiamond.com, 100% Colombian, hearty and full.
Well, we'll have to let you know if we change the opinion, if we think it's amazing,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
We'll brew some in the we'll brew some in our break room.
Break room.
There we
room
go.
is what I'm trying
There we
to
go.
say. Yeah. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for the wrap, too. I'm going to take this
so
off the
nice.
desk
Yeah.
quick, but
Okay.
how about that? We got all sorts of friends we can help give
Man.
some coffee out to.
That
We're going to
was
feel like
amazing.
Santa Claus of
Yeah.
coffee.
You get a bag. You get a bag.
Or
This is
Oprah.
the Oprah show.
Yeah.
There you go.
Big thanks to Al and Mary for that. That is really, really sweet. With the Kentucky Derby coming up tomorrow on NBC, fashion has played a key role over these past 150 years. You can believe that. According to the curator of collections at the Derby's Museum, the founder of the 1875 Kentucky Derby, Meriwether Lewis Clark Jr., did his homework before developing that upscale racetrack in Louisville. He and his new socialite wife went to races in Europe, and there they saw just how beautiful the ensembles were that women and men were wearing to those races, and they really wanted to cultivate a similar atmosphere of social elegance and of fashion elegance.
Socialites.
How about that? Socialite, fashion,
is fun.
elegance.
I always wondered about the roots of the lovely hats
Yeah.
that so many women wear to the Kentucky Derby. That's one of the most fun parts of watching the race, is seeing all the pre-coverage with the fancy hats that
Yeah.
show up, and,
Yeah.
and people really go above and beyond
They're
with
going
their
all
hat
out.
wear. Yeah.
And there's one from 1886, a little advertisement for the big race.
And people have these kind of parties locally too. I've seen
Yeah.
people in the station that have dressed up like that
Yeah.
before. And where do they get the stuff? They
don't
probably
know.
go online, right? I mean,
You don't-
Target's not selling that
you don't
anytime
have-
soon, are they?
You don't have a hat guy to call?
I don't have a hat guy. I don't look good in hats, so I don't wear hats.
Oh.
You know, so there you go.
All right.
Another tidbit.
Learning more about Hunter every day. Well, coming up this weekend, you can catch the Kentucky Derby on Northern News Now and NBC on Saturday afternoon. Then for basketball fans, the Timberwolves begin their conference semifinals matchup against the Denver Nuggets tomorrow night. The Wolves are riding high after winning their first playoff series in 20 years. Absolutely incredible. Ryan, you must be excited.
Super excited. Would
gonna
love to
win.
see a win. I would hope the Timberwolves, but it might go to 6 or 7 games, so we'll have to wait and see.
We'll see. Well, when we come back, we'll show you our great stories coming up next week.
Well, we've had a lot of fun on this Friday. More fun to be had as we go into next week. So look out there. Coming up on Monday here on Northern Life, the three of us travel to Duluth's Lincoln Park area. It's time to make some donuts with Johnson's Bakery, getting to help fry and glaze a couple tasty breakfast treats. We definitely got to try a few ourselves, and I've never had a better donut in my life. We're going to talk more about it next week, but that was the best thing ever.
It was. I think they called the donuts coming right out of the baking stage as what? Infants?
Yes,
Newborns or something like that. So a
Newborns are
hot,
tasty.
my dad, when I was growing up, always said nothing better than hot bread coming out of the oven. A hot donut coming out of a fryer might rival that.
Yeah.
That was the best thing
Yes,
ever.
it was crazy how good that was.
Oh.
So if you can get them as hot as possible, be sure to do that. And coming up on Tuesday, we'll be going head-to-head against a familiar face from the Northern Life Group at Duluth's Tech Village building. And we're not conducting business there, though most companies do, but rather, let's just say we're taking care of some business. Hey, how about that?
TCB, Elvis Presley. I like that.
Taking care of business.
Yep.
What commercial is that? Is that Home Depot?
Oh, I don't know.
Taking
Probably
is a
care of
song.
business.
Oh, don't want to get the...
Oh, I don't know.
Easy.
Sorry.
That's it. That's all we got.
My rendition's so bad. Don't
all
sue
we
me.
can legally do.
Please. We're good.
Oh, man.
We're
Well,
good.
thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you right back here Monday. Have a great weekend.
Find some time to throw a line or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.